Hi, my name is Maureen. This is Energy Medicine Yoga. Energy Medicine Yoga is inspired by Donna Eden and Lauren Walker. And today we're going to do a fire element practice to warm up on a cold November day. Whenever we're talking about elements in energy medicine yoga, it's drawing upon Chinese medicine and the five element theory that we as human beings are a microcosm reflecting the same composition of the elements and balance as the macrocosm of the world of the universe. When we're talking about the fire element, we're talking about your sense of personal power. Think digestive fire. It rests. The seat of it is in your abdomen, in your focal point, where your center is, where you work out of. It needs a spark. You think about the flow, the ebb and flow. Um, um, when it's out of that, so when it's in balance, it's your personal power. It's your sun, centered right here at your belly. When it's out of balance, it leaks out and lifts up into other areas of your body and manifests as anxiety. Um, Fire is the most transformative of all the elements, and so we work to tame it, to harness it, to help to move with it, so that our energies are in sync with nature, rather than trying to work against it. And for this practice, I encourage you to light a candle. Lighting the candle is symbolic of your capacity to control the flame rather than let it get out of control. So the fact that you can light it as well as keep it contained and eventually blow it out. All right. So we're going to begin with the energy wake up in a standing pose. Just lift your knees lightly, roll your shoulders lightly. Check in with your head and neck. And then let's begin. Two fingers meet the thumb. Find where the collarbones almost meet. Come down an inch and move over. Trying to find that little indentation. It's different for all of us, but it's below your collarbones and about an inch away from your sternum. And then the practice for the energy wake up, it takes about 3 minutes, is to breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Today, I'm going to offer you to exhale a sound, which will lengthen the exhale. So join in, make some noise, make everybody in your house wonder what you're up to, or not. Begin with tapping vigorously, breathe in through the nose, and the first sound is blowing out the candle. You could also pound. You could alternate like Tarzan, or you can circle. Breathe in through the nose, blow out the candle. Now find the center of your sternum, about 5 to 6 inches long. Tapping with one hand here, and I invite you to make the SH sound. Breathe in through the nose. Notice how much longer the exhale is when you add a sound. Again, repeating that. When you finish that exhale, bring both hands to the upper side ribs and tapping with the inside of your fist or those big fingers, or circling if it's tender. And this sound is the H-A, ha sound. Breathing in deeply. Again. Shake your hands off. Bring your fingers to the bone underneath the eye. This is the orbital bone, delicate area. So just lightly rolling fingertips. This sound I invite you to make is the S sound. Breathe in through the nose. And shake your hands off. Now let the same knee lift up to touch the same hand, and see if you can make the foot press off so that it bounces your hand. Just kind of feel the energy that presses off from the earth. Same side. One more time each side. Bounce the hand and let it go. And now using that same energy, cross over, press off with the ball of your foot, make your hand bounce. You can add to this by lifting, arms up, looking side to side, but do try to sense the bounce of energy as you press off the ball of the foot, knock the hand up, crossing over, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. And slow it down. And just close your eyes. Bring your hands to touch your thighs and come into some stillness. This will be our centering. So really tuning in to the energy within your body and the energy field surrounding your body. Take a moment and set an intention. And then cross your hands one on top of the other at the base of your torso. And inhale, draw the fingertips and your intention up through the central meridian, up overhead, look up, and exhale. Turn your palms away and smooth it out into your field of energy. 2 more times. Inhale, fingertips, breath, and intention right up through your body. And exhale, smooth it out. Last one, embody your intention. Exhale it out. And then hook it up, seal this in, one finger on the navel, one finger between the eyebrows, lightly press in and lift up. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. 2 more times. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Last one. And release your hands off to the side. We're going to do half of a sun breath. So let your eyes follow the right hand as you inhale, arms out wide. Look up, and then let the thumb bisect the body as it comes all the way back down. Exhale down to the hip. Switch to the other side, left hand, eyes follow. Inhale, arm out and up, and then let the thumb exhale, bisect, trace down the center of the body. And release. And now reverse, right hand, thumb draws up the central meridian, bisects the face up overhead, and exhale, let your eyes follow the hand all the way back down to the hip. Left hand, thumb draws up the central meridian, up overhead, eyes look up, and exhale, follow the left hand down. Inhale, arms up and overhead, rise up, reach up, look up, Urdhva Sthasana, and Celtic weave, alternating which arm is on top, big figure eights all the way down. Have fun with this. Let this warm it up. Inhale, arms up overhead for Urdhva Sthasana, twist to the right, and exhale, Celtic weave, big figure eights, alternate which arm is on top. As you come down to hip level, come back to center. Inhale, arms out and up, Urdhva Sthasana, twist to the left, big figure eights, repairing your aura, lifting your energies, sealing up any holes, and release. Inhale, arms out and up, look up, lift up, lengthen, and Celtic weave as you hinge the hips to come all the way down to your forward fold. When you get down there, bend your knees. Let your body warm up slowly. Let the upper body hang forward and be heavy. With a bend in your knees, I'm going to invite you to clear the gates of the hand. 6 meridians begin and end on the hand. So beginning at the wrist, as you hang forward in an easy, gentle forward fold, squeeze from the wrist bone down the pinky finger, squeeze and slide down and pinch off at the nail. And then just keep going. Ring finger, squeeze and slide down and pinch off at the nail. Each finger one by one. Each finger, there's a meridian. And on the pinky finger, there are 2. Pinch off at the first finger, your large intestine. Squeeze the thumb. This is your lung meridian. Squeeze off at the nail. Go do the other side. Hopefully your low back is starting to soften as you have the weight of gravity helping pull you. Squeezing. This doesn't have to take a long time, but it's a very helpful clearing practice. As energy pools, squeeze
and release. And let go. Now bring two fingers to the insides of your big toe and let the other two ring finger and pinky finger sit on top of the feet, tracing up as much of your body as you can. We're going to trace up the spleen meridian. So just drawing your hands along the inside of the foot and the top of the foot, up the inside of the calves, past the knees, up, let your back slowly unwind and pull out, flare out at the hip crease, up the side ribs, up to the armpits and back down to the spleen meridian, which we tapped in the energy wake up. And now inhale, arms out and up, Urdhva Sthasana, Celtic weave. Alternate which arm is on top all the way down to Uttanasana, forward fold, and interlace your hands at your low back. Your knees can have a bend or you can begin to lengthen if your hamstrings have warmed up. Pull the shoulders open and then lift your hands away from your body and let gravity help open up your shoulders, taking them as far away from your body as feels good for your shoulders, perhaps curling your chin to your chest to deepen this. Slowly float the arms back down to touch at the sacrum. Unleash your hands. And then just begin with both hands touching your low back to circle. And slowly lift your upper body so that your lower body is now in chair pose. Keep adding to that. This is waking up the fire by activating your core and your quads. So pull your belly to your spine, lift your heart up, and keep circling. If you need to straighten your legs, go for it. If you can keep in chair pose, then you are stoking the fire. Reverse the direction. This is the Ming Men point, one of the most powerful energy points in the body. And then let the hands be flat on the back, palms, it's the back of the hands touching, and then just drag them towards the hips and sweep them back and forth. And then straighten the legs and draw your fingers up the midline to cup your mouth and exhale 3 times. Inhale. Kind of like blowing out the candle. Last one. Bring your hands to your heart and release. This next set of poses is called Bringing Down the Flame. All right, with Bringing Down the Flame, I want you to think about a back bend. We'll sweep our arms out, and on each exhale, I'll ask you to make that ha sound. Your fingers, the mudra we'll be using is this tenting of the fingers, fingertips and thumbs touch, the palms pulled away. Bring it to the crown, bring it to your third eye, bring it to your heart, and then we'll bring it to the belly, where your fire, where it's meant to find its seat, where it's meant to reside, where its home base is. All right, so hands at your side, legs in mountain pose. Inhale, arms out and up, add the back bend. As you look up overhead, and your fingertips and thumbs touch to tent the fingers. Exhale, thumbs to the crown of the head. Release your hands to your sides. Inhale, arms out. And let the fingertips beat right in front of your forehead. And exhale. Just the thumbs are touching. Release your hands to your side. Inhale, arms out wide. Bring them in front of the heart. Fingertips tent. Exhale. And lastly, we bring the fire home. Inhale, arms out right in front of the navel. Fingertips tent. Exhale. Thumb touches the navel. And then bring the hands flat on the belly. And 2 breaths here. Exhale, ha. Can you feel any heat in your hands, at your belly? That's where your fire resides, where you want it to stay. One last time. Now slide your hands down the front of the legs and fold forward and off the tops of the feet. And then I want you to stand on your hands, but this time I'd like you to bring hands underneath the arches, underneath the ball of the feet. Feel free to bend the knees or lengthen them to as much as feels good, and give the arches, the insides of your edges of your feet, a squeeze. You'll be touching kidney 1, the only energy point on the sole of the feet. And breathe deeply. And then release the hands. Bring 2 fingers to cover the big toe, and very slowly trace up spleen. Inhale, draw yin energy up from the earth, insides the calves, knees, thighs, flare out at the hip crease. Draw hands up the side body to the armpits and back down to the end of the spleen meridian and circle. And now touch spleen points on either side of the ribs, grabbing yourself, basically giving yourself a hug, broaden through the shoulders, and rock side to side. Cradle the baby. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. And release that. Inhale, arms out and up for Urdhva. Single side body stretch. Reach the right hand up tall and then reach the left hand up tall. You can press down through the opposite side foot. Again, repeating either side. And then coming back in balance, Celtic weave, all the way down to your forward fold. And trace up spleen. 2 fingers on cover the big toe, and just draw the hands. Cover as much of your body as you can, as you feel like you're really raking the energy. You're moving with the flow of the yin meridian, the spleen meridian, up the side body. You're moving with your energy flow to nourish it, replenish it, circle. And release. All right, you can't do a fire practice without the big shake off. I want you to see how loose you can let your body be. How silly are you willing to be? Begin with pounding your heels. Really lift up and pound, make some noise, make everybody wonder what you're up to. Then shake your legs. Shake. How can you let the muscles be loose off the bone? Can you make it shake? Involve your hands, involve your hips, your shoulders, your head. Maybe you want to jog in place. What is going to help you to let it go? Shake it off, shake it to the side, make some noise. What helps you? What helps you? Is it twisting? Is it pounding? Is it running? What can help you really let all of your muscles and organs be loose off the bone? And then begin to slow it down. And slow it down and slow it down until you are standing in stillness. Place your hands on your thighs and close your eyes and breathe in deeply. And tune in to your energy within and your energy outside surrounding you. Let your left hand reach across the body and grab and squeeze your upper right shoulder. Slice down to your hip. Upper body clear. Switch to the other side. Grab and squeeze, then slice it off. You're acknowledging any tension and you're releasing it. Reach in, grab it, see it, touch it, name it, and send it out. Just like we have to dust the house every day or every week, you have to clear your own energy frequently. That's the upper body clear. Let's do a lower body clear. Bring your hands to your heart. Press one hand up, the other hand down, deeply bend at the wrists and look up. Now bring that right hand to your hip, left hand meets sit, and draw across the belt meridian and slide down the leg and off the foot and shake it off. Do the other side. Hands at the heart. Connecting heaven and earth. Press one hand up, the other hand down. And then draw that left hand to the hip, right hand meets it. Draw across the belt meridian. Slide down the opposite leg off the edge of the foot. Shake it off. Release. Then come down to table. Good idea to have a blanket for your practice. This might go underneath your knees to pad your knees, but it's also helpful for our seated poses to lift your hips up. When you you come into table pose, let's move through cat-cow. Full range of motion of the spine. Inhale, lift your hips, lower your belly, and lift your heart up. You can have the head and neck and really lift your chin. That's up to you. Exhale, point the tailbone down. Press the upper back up to the sky, chin to chest. Reverse this. Inhale, cow back, low belly, lifted hips, lifted heart. Exhale, cat back, round the spine. Really push your shoulder blades apart, pull your chin to your chest. And let it go, meet in neutral table. Let's do cat-cow laterally now. Push your ribs out to the left, and the shoulders and hips go the opposite direction. Come to center. Exhale, push your ribs out to your left, and hips and shoulders go the opposite direction. And come back to center. Here we are in table pose. We're going to flow between table and child's pose. Untuck your toes. Inhale, table, no action. Exhale, hips to heels, elbows to the mat, forehead to the mat, child's pose. Inhale, rise, table. Exhale, hips, elbows, forehead, touch the earth. Inhale, table. Last one. Exhale, hips, elbows, forehead, connect. And inhale up. And now I want you to come to the ground with elbows down and chin touching. It's an awkward pose. I just want you to see how it feels. Hold for a moment and breathe. And then walk your knees back and come onto your belly. Stack your hands and rest your forehead and rock your hips. Breathe deeply. Your belly expands against the mat on an inhale, and your hips are rocking, and on an exhale, your belly deflates. Then bring your hands to frame your heart. Zip your legs up. Power up, spark the fire. As you press down through your thighs and inhale, lift your head, neck, and upper shoulders. Baby cobra. This is as far as we're going on this first one. Keep your elbows deeply bent, but point them back towards your feet. And exhale, lower down to the ground. Stack your hands, rest your forehead, and rock your hips. Breathing deeply. Restore yourself. Lower your heart rate. And then bring your hands back to frame your heart. Zip up your legs, press down through the tops of the feet, firm up your thighs, and inhale, lift a little higher this time. And coming up still in a version of cobra with arms bent, but lifting up as high as you can. Call upon those strong back muscles. Press down through the feet, press down through the thighs, and exhale, lower. Stack your hands, rest your forehead, and breathing deeply. Let go of all your muscles. Let go of all that work. Let the breath restore you. All right. Now the last one, you can rise up into full cobra with straight arms, or you can try this one where you interlace hands at your sacrum. Zip up your legs. That's your fire. That's your power. Press down through the tops of the feet. Press down through thighs and hip points. As you straighten the arms, lift them off the body and let that help lift your upper body into a different version of cobra. Very active muscles, fire in the belly, fire in the legs as you keep lifting and breathing. And then release and stack your hands and rest your forehead. Rock your hips and tame the fire. Lower the flame. Breathe. Call upon it, use it, leverage it, and then bring it back. Turn down the volume. Let's see, hands to heart, tuck your toes, come to table. What's my next move? Sit back, hips to heels, and forehead to the ground and hands to your feet. Let your hands massage the soles of your feet. You want to keep the feet open. The feet are very grounding. They help push our excess energy back into the earth. And then rest the hands on the soles of the feet, whatever you can do, the backs of the hands or the inside of your hands, palms, fingers. You're creating a closed circuit of energy within the body. And then release, come to table, tuck your toes, and lift your body up for downward facing dog. And for this downward facing dog, I really encourage you, rather than trying to find the true alignment of the pose, to just have fun, to feel the energy of this pose. Maybe it is as though you're truly walking, but you lift a foot off the ground, you press into the ball of the foot to activate your kidney 1 point. Wiggle the hips, bend deeply in the knees, maybe the elbows. Can you tune in to all of the benefits of this pose? Let your body be playful. Change the direction that you look in. Change the bends of the joints, one at a time or all of them together. Maybe trying to move in a wave-like fashion. That's called snake dog, Angela Farmer. Just tune into the energy of the pose rather than that yogic alignment that we often focus on. And now we're going to do a flow. And depending upon how your body feels, you can do the first one I propose or a modification, which will be the second one. So following along, the first one is from down dog to plank to cobra, or roll over the tops of the feet for up dog. And then you flow between them. That's it. Down dog to plank to up dog. If that doesn't work for you, then it's down dog to table to lowering your hips. Do a version of cobra. And then you come back up, meeting down dog. All right, so just doing that about 5 times. From down dog to table or plank. Roll over the tops of the feet if you want to come into up dog, look up, and press back up. Spark with that. And then come to table, hips to heels, and I invite one palm to cup the forehead and the other hand to be resting on the back of the head, basically behind that. So think of this as cradling your head. You're touching important energy points, and with your head, the weight of the head moving down into the floor, the weight is activating. And breathing, slow your heart rate, bring your energy back to the navel. Put it in the seat of your digestive fire, the seat of your personal power, where the flame resides. And then release that and swing your feet around so that you come into a form of Dandasana. Take your legs out long, bend the left knee, cross it over the body. Let's twist. Press down through the right foot. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, wrap that right arm around, and left arm goes behind you, and twist. Draw your belly into the spine, lift your heart up. Really trying to keep this front thigh close to your torso. Keep breathing. And then release and twist to the right hip for a counter twist. Come forward and uncross this left foot so that it's in alignment with the left hip. And we're going to massage down the outside edge of the front shin, the outside edge of that bone. That is the stomach meridian. So just letting your fingers massage down. Press down off the ankle and down the foot. There's 6 meridians that begin and end on the foot. Same thing on the side. let's see, bending the right knee. I'm not mirroring you. I'm using my right leg. Cross it over. Feel your foundation. This left heel is pressing into the earth. Lift up through the heart. Exhale. Left hand wraps around your bent knee. Right hand behind you, and you twist. Keep breathing as you draw your belly into the spine. Lift up through the heart and pull the thigh towards the torso. Staying here, breathing while you twist. And then release. Come forward. Do a counter twist. And release. Come forward, uncross that leg. And now let fingers massage down either side of the shin. On the outside of the shin is the stomach meridian. Thumbs could touch the back calf. Down to the ankle. Press over the ankle. Press down the foot off the toes and squeeze it off. All right, come to your back. I forgot to tell you, you really do need a block today. And if you don't have a block, you could use a pillow or a folded towel or a pillow. But the block is ideal. But come onto your back. Bent knees. Just hang out here in constructive rest for a moment. Palms face up, your knees are bent. And just tune in to the flow of energy in your body. Flow of breath. And then we're going to prepare to do the moving bridge. So bridge pose, you bring heels a little closer to your sit bones. The idea is that we're like those shins to be close to perpendicular to the ground for leverage. Moving bridge means we involve the arms. So I think I need to move down a little. When you're set up, press down through feet. Inhale, lift your hips and lift your arms. The arms just keep lifting to the top of the inhale, touching overhead. Exhale. When the arms reach the hips, everything lowers together. Again, inhale, lift, squeeze your glutes, active core. Inhale, arms keep going up overhead. Exhale, arms come back, and when they meet the hips, everything lowers down to the ground with control. On an inhale, repeat. Lift your hips up as high as you can as the arms go up overhead. Keep lifting, squeeze your glutes, and exhale, the arms and hips, everything go down. One last time. Really lift up through the hips, strong legs, the knees are parallel, they're not splaying out. And exhale, lower arms, lower hips, and let it go. Now for that block, lift your hips up, place the block at your sacrum, that low back. If it's too high, it's not going to feel good. It's going to be at the curve of the low back. You want it on the bone, that upside down triangle, the sacrum. That should feel good. If that's all right, then lift your feet up to the sky. Feel free, if there's any pain or if this isn't right, then your feet come back down to the ground and you readjust until it's just right, so that you can really come into the full benefit of this pose. Feet up to the ceiling. Add some length to the legs to whatever degree your hamstrings allow and flex your feet. Then bring your hands to the point behind the ears. This is Triple Warmer 17. It's right behind the flap of the ears. When you press back there with one finger, you should feel a little indentation right at the back of the jaw, the base of the ear, behind the flap of the ear. Just give it a little circle. Then hold here and let the elbows splay out and let the elbow or the top arms be supported by the earth while you maintain one finger on Triple Warmer 17 behind the flap of your ears. Triple Warmer Meridian is responsible for activating fight or flight or turning fight or flight off. And so we work with Triple Warmer Meridian. We work to soothe it. Thank you for the capacity you offer to us in times of need, but we don't need you right now. And so you say stand down. And then holding in this point is a communication to that meridian. All is well. Stand down. Let us flow into rest and digest. Then release the hold and slowly release your feet down to the earth. Lift your hips up, remove the block, and pull your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around the shins and rock back and forth. Come to stillness. Inhale, no action. Exhale, nose to knees. Curl in, curl in, curl in. Pull in tight, contract, be small. And then release and let it go. Lying back down onto the ground. Place one hand on your forehead. Open your eyes and look up to the eyebrows and recognize what I'm trying to get you to think of a face of a clock. So looking up, you're looking up to 12 o'clock. And then turn to 1 o'clock. So rotating just the eyeballs, not your chin, not your head, but looking over to 1, 2, 3. Let your eyes trace the circle of the face of the clock. 6 o'clock is down at your nose. And then going over to 9 o'clock and back up to 12. Do that 2 more times, slowly. You're trying to get full range of motion of the eyes. Slow it down. This is eye yoga. When you've done that 3 times, I've got to go one more time. Reverse the direction 3 times in counterclockwise direction, slowly. Worth it. Delivers huge benefits. We hold a lot of tension and stress in the body, in the eyes, related to the optic nerve. We're working that, we're acknowledging that, and we're working to ease it. Taking your eyes as far to these points on the clock as you can. And then when you get back at the 3rd time to 12 o'clock, release that. Switch hands. Whichever hand was on your forehead, switch to the other hand. And now I'm going to invite you to trace the figure 8. I'll sit up so you can see it. So one hand is on the forehead. One hand hovers about 1 inch in front of the eyes. And you just trace the figure 8 like it's lying on its side around the eyes. If it feels okay to lightly touch the face, you can, but right now I'm just inviting you to hover. And trace the figure 8 and then reverse. Still lying on your back, shake your hands off and rub your palms together and then cover, palm the eyes. The heels of the palm rest on your cheekbones and the fingertips rest on your hairline. And just breathe in deeply. Now let that go. Before we head off into Shavasana, I'm going to invite you to place one hand on the forehead. You are activating bladder energy points, gallbladder energy points, and your central governing vessel meridian. Then I invite you to place the other hand at the back of the head, basically behind the eyes. This is cradling the head, holding these neurovascular points while you lie down. Is a hold that helps release anxiety. That's when the fire element is out of balance. Let the elbows spread out and maybe be supported by the ground. And just breathe here. You're welcome to keep this hold for as long as it benefits you. And whenever you're ready, you can just release the arms out to the traditional position for Shavasana, which is about 1 foot away from the body, resting on the ground with palms facing up. Surrender. Allow the earth to support you. Let your energies flow through you. Let your energies work for you. In Chinese medicine, pain is considered stuck energy. So we work to remove obstacles. It's not that you are magically healing yourself. You are removing obstacles so that you can let the innate wisdom of your body flow. And your body has healing capacities. We know that. We know that a wound heals. Um, and so you're practicing stepping out of the way, removing obstacles. And gently deepen your breath and let that breath reanimate your body from the inside out like fire.
feed the fire. Bring small movement to fingers and toes, allowing the body to move in any way that feels good. And eventually bending your knees and rolling over to the side in the fetal position. And pause there, bringing your knees a little closer to your torso. Allow an arm to support your head and neck. Just tune in to this memory, this safety, this place of being protected and loved. And then press off with your hand and an elbow to rise. Keeping your attention inward, come into a comfortable cross-legged Sukhasana. Now we're going to do the pranayama. Pranayama is samavriti, equal breath. I want you to inhale and just find your own count. So whatever count you get to at the top of the inhale, I want you to use that same count for the length of your exhale. Keep it even. And find it yourself rather than me proposing a structure for you. And you find that as you repeat that, your number might change. Use the structure to help you bring balance to the breath. When the inhale and the exhale are even, it brings a great deal of balance to the body. Practicing that on your own, finding your own balance. Now, whenever you finish your next exhale, release the technique. You may find that the rhythm remains. But now I want to invite you to visualize a golden flame at your navel. Let that be your focus. See if you can feel or sense or visualize the flame alters with your inhale and your gentle exhale. Let the flame slightly enlarge with the inhale. And it gets slightly smaller as you exhale. Always still lit, fluid, kinetic. If your mind wanders, draw it back to the flame at your navel. Golden flame. And now let your palms touch. Rub your palms, generate some heat. Bow your head and place your palms over your eyes. Receive the warmth. Take in this energy. And now let your fingertips meet on your forehead. Drag them across the forehead, down the temples, behind the ear, down the side of the neck, and let one hand sit on top of the other at your heart. Bow to your heart. Take time for your prayers. Take time for your gratitude. And now lift your hands about 1 inch away from your heart. Allow the fingertips to still touch the body. Feel the heat, feel your energy. Inhale deeply here. And then exhale, send it out. Lift your arms up, make a V, lift your face. Repeating this. Inhale, hands come to the heart, bow the head. Exhale, send it out. Open the arms, lift your face. One more time. Inhale, hands cross over at the heart. Exhale, send it out. Keep your arms out, turn your palms up, keep your face up, and receive the blessings down. And then Celtic weave that right back into your heart. And we'll end the practice with 3 internal chants of Om. Remembering that a chant, typically the sound is for the full length of an exhale. In this case, I'll just be asking you to do it quietly in imagining yourself making that sound. Exhale fully. Inhale deeply. Keeping your lips closed, chant Om quietly inside. Feed the fire. Stoke the fire. Feel that in your belly. Inhale. Chant Om internally. Keep your lips closed. Last one. Inhale. Seat the fire in your belly where it belongs, where it's meant to be. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for sharing your energy. Thank you for sharing your practice. Namaste.